Linda was 72 when she finally realized something most parents discover far too late. Adult children don't remember everything you said, but they remember the moments that shaped who they became. Sometimes those moments are small, almost invisible. Sometimes you forget them entirely. But children, even grown ones, hold on to certain memories forever. For Linda, this realization came one soft autumn afternoon, sitting across from her son, Daniel, in a quiet cafe decorated with warm lights and soft music. It wasn't a special occasion. No birthday, no holiday, just coffee. Just two people trying to understand each other again. They hadn't been close for years. Daniel wasn't distant in an angry way, just careful, measured. He approached his mother like someone approaching a locked door they once tried to open too many times, with hope, but also hesitation. Linda carried her own quiet guilt, not about big failures, she had tried her best, like most parents, but about the small moments, the forgotten moments, the ones she assumed didn't matter. But on that autumn afternoon, she was about to learn. The things parents forget are often the things their children remember forever. A strange conversation. Daniel sat across from her, stirring sugar into his coffee. Too much sugar, she thought. He always did that as a boy. She smiled. He didn't notice. So, Mom? He began slowly. I've been thinking about something. Linda felt her breath tighten. When an adult child starts a sentence that way, a storm is coming or a miracle. What is it, honey? He hesitated. Daniel always hesitated before emotional things. I wanted to tell you about a moment from my childhood that stuck with me. Her stomach dropped. Parents always fear those words. A stuck memory. A childhood moment. Oh no. What did I do? What did I say? What did I miss? He saw the worry on her face and quickly added, It's not all bad. But it wasn't comforting. It only made her more curious and more afraid. He looked down at his hands, breathed deeply, and finally said, There are 3 things I've never forgotten. Things I still think about, even now. And with those words, the coffee shop seemed to grow quieter. The world seemed to slow. Linda leaned forward, bracing herself. Okay, she whispered. Tell me. Thing adults, children remember forever. The words you said in their most vulnerable moment. Daniel began. Do you remember the night I sat in the kitchen crying after that school talent show? Linda blinked. The talent show. He must have been 8 or 9. There were dozens of talent shows, dozens of late-night kitchen talks. But that one? No, she didn't remember. I was sitting there because I messed up my piano piece, and I remember saying, I'm not good at anything. Her heart tightened. He continued, and you said, oh, don't be silly. You're just tired. Her stomach twisted. She had said that. She probably had. It sounded like something she would say, loving but dismissive, not understanding how deeply he felt the moment. I don't remember saying that, she whispered. I know, Daniel said softly, but I do. He wasn't angry, just honest. That night mattered to me. I really needed someone to tell me it was okay to fail, that I wasn't embarrassing, that I was still proud of myself. Linda swallowed hard. I thought I was comforting you. I know, he repeated. You were trying. But it was the moment I learned not to show how hurt I was. He wasn't attacking her. He wasn't punishing her. He was explaining himself, explaining his adulthood, his carefulness, his distance. And Linda began to understand. Children remember the words spoken in the moments when their hearts are open and hurting. Parents often forget those moments entirely. She reached for his hand. "I'm so sorry, Daniel. Truly." And he squeezed her hand back. "It's okay, Mom. I just needed you to know." After a pause, Daniel continued. "The second thing I always remember is when you missed my last basketball game in high school." Linda froze. "Oh, Daniel, I had to work, my boss." "I know," he said gently. "You've explained that before." She stopped talking. "I'm not angry," he said, "but that game stayed with me. It wasn't because you were a bad parent. It wasn't because you didn't care." He looked at her with eyes full of something deeper, something older. "It's because I told myself, if Mom isn't here, it must not matter." And that belief affected so many choices I made as an adult. I started shrinking myself. I stopped celebrating my own achievements. I got used to doing things alone because I thought that's how life is supposed to be. Linda's throat tightened. She had spent so many years juggling work, loneliness, exhaustion, responsibility. She had tried her best. "I'm sorry," she said again. "But all these years, I didn't know it hurt you that much." "That's the thing, Mom," he whispered. "Kids don't tell you everything. They just remember." Linda felt tears forming. She had forgotten the game. He had built a piece of his identity on it. Thing adult children remember forever. The one moment you unexpectedly showed love. Daniel's voice softened. "But the third thing, it's a good one." Linda exhaled. "Finally," he smiled. A small, warm, nostalgic smile. "Do you remember the night it rained so hard our street flooded? I was maybe 10. You had to pick me up from a friend's house." She shook her head. No memory surfaced, just a vague sense of many rainy nights, many pickups, many rushed evenings. "You came soaking wet. Your hair was plastered to your face. You were holding an umbrella that had flipped inside out from the wind. You looked like you'd survived a tornado." She laughed a little. "That sounds like me. And when I got in the car, you put your jacket over my legs, even though you were freezing, even though you were shivering." Linda listened silently. That moment stuck with me forever, because it was the first time I realized my mom will walk through a storm for me. I felt so protected, so loved. Even now, when I'm having a bad day, I picture that moment. Linda's breath caught in her chest. "I don't remember that at all," she admitted. "But I do," Daniel said softly. The realization. There it was. 3 unforgettable things. One harmful, one painful, one beautiful. She had forgotten all of them. He had carried all of them. Parents forget the moments that shape their children because to a parent, there are thousands of moments. But to a child, some moments are everything. Linda finally understood something she had been trying to reach for years. Adult children aren't distant because they're ungrateful. They're distant because they remember the past in sharp detail, while parents remember it in soft blur. The child remembers the sentence that broke their confidence. The parent remembers the whole year. The child remembers the empty seat at the school event. The parent remembers the decades they worked to support the family. The child remembers the tiny, unexpected act of love in a rainstorm. The parent remembers only that they were always tired. Neither version is wrong, but the child's version is emotional. It leaves footprints. What Linda did next. As they finished their coffee, Linda placed her hand gently on Daniel's. "Thank you for telling me truly. I can't change the past, but I can understand it, and I can show up better now." Daniel nodded, and something softened between them, like a rope that had been pulled tight for years, finally loosening. Together they stood up, walked outside, and stepped into the cool autumn air. The wind carried the smell of leaves, the sound of distant traffic, the feeling of time passing, time you can't rewind, but you can still honor. The lesson for every parent. Every adult child carries 3 memories. 1. The words you spoke when their heart was most open. 2. The moment you didn't show up, even if you wanted to. 3. The unexpected act of love that made them feel safe. These memories become part of who they are. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to fix the past. You don't have to remember everything. You just have to listen when your adult child finally tells you what they've carried all these years. And when they do, hold their story gently as they once held yours. Please like, subscribe to the channel to receive even more useful information. And also share this video with others.